Yo, what's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing on this great Tuesday? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Everybody's in the holiday spirit. This is our last show of 2022, so we're going to end this one with an absolute banger, hopefully. God, it's been so much fun hanging out with you guys, kicking off every morning. We got our coffee, we've got some sports, we got some sports betting. Love kicking off the morning with you guys. You guys make this thing fun, so whew, I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and make sure we do that recap as we always do. Let's recap yesterday, and then we got some action we want to go ahead and talk about today. Yesterday, boy, it just didn't quite go our way. That soccer parlay, four-legged parlay, lost on one leg. Lost the first leg, too, the one where we needed over 1.5 goals. Of course, I didn't watch that match. It was in the Romania League. But hell, if you look at the stats, there were chances galore. One team had 17 shots. The other team had 11 shots. Just didn't quite go our way. Lost that one on the hook. We needed 2 goals, got 1 goal. And then the other 3 legs came through. So tough stuff, right? I'd make that parlay again. I would absolutely. If I was presented with that same information that I researched yesterday, I would absolutely make that parlay again. Just didn't quite go our way. Pelicans plus 6.5. Kings on the money line. Both of those were an absolute loser. Kings lost the game, and Pelicans lost the game by 9. We did hit that Cavs and 76ers money line parlay. That's the only thing that prevented us from getting a reverse swept. So that one came through. 76ers needed overtime. Cavs, whew, good team is that Cavs right there. They handled business easily. And then Kevin Porter Jr. over 5.5 assists. It gets the puke face. Why does it get the puke face? Well, it actually could have 2 puke faces, although that would mean we lost 2 units, and we didn't lose 2 units. But it could get the double puke face because we got the double kiss of death. How do you lose a player prop in the NBA? Foul trouble and blowouts. We got hit with both of those. First half foul troubles, picked up 4 fouls in the first half, and his minutes got limited a little bit in that first half. And then in the second half, mainly in the fourth quarter, he got pulled off the court earlier, as all the starters did, because the game was a blowout. So, I mean, obviously he was a couple assists shy, but, I mean, if he plays, first half normal amounts of minutes and we get the conclusion of the fourth quarter with the starters, maybe we get a cash, but wasn't meant to be, so we dropped that one. That's just the NBA. I mean, literally, foul trouble and blowouts. You've been betting the NBA long enough. That's just kind of the way it goes, unfortunately. So, yeah, three losses, 1 win, down 2.05 units to kick off a Monday. Hate to see it, but we're going to get you guys some money this holiday week as everybody ramps up and goes out on the stores and buys the presents and does all the things for the family and friends. So we're going to help you guys out. How are we going to help you guys out? EFL Cup games today at 1:45. You've got Wolves in action today. You've got Leicester in action today. I believe we also saw Bournemouth in action today, but I can't give out a bet pre-match. You have got to see lineups. Obviously, a lot of these players were involved in the World Cup, and though they're taking on teams that were not involved in World Cup, right? Gillingham here, they're in League 2. I can't imagine a League 2 squad having anybody involved in a World Cup. MK Dons, they're in the championship. Probably didn't have anybody involved in the World Cup. And then Lincoln, they're in League 1. They probably also didn't have anybody in the World Cup. So you would think Southampton, you would think Wolves, and you would think Leicester would have the advantage. But I'm not betting this stuff without seeing lineups. I have got to see lineups. All the games are at 1:45, so we will get a look at all the lineups together. And we should be able to, if we like something, put together a little bit parlay. I think your Lincolns, your Gillinghams, and your MK Dons could actually have an advantage because those players weren't involved in the World Cup. They got a 2-week holiday, and then they went and did, I don't know, United called it, the hell they call it, like winter training, or all the teams called it something, but those players had a little bit of break and did training. So maybe your Dons and your Lincolns and Gillen can have an advantage. Maybe this could be a sweep, both teams to score and an over 2.5. Again, let's see what the big boy Premier League teams want to go ahead and trot out coming off of the World Cup, and then we'll get some bets in. So unfortunately, those will just have to come out via Twitter. Again, the games are at 1:45 p.m. Central Time. Lineups come out at 12:45 p.m. Central Time. So call it 1 o'clock. Call it 1 o'clock. Turn on your Twitter notifications. If there's something we like, we'll go ahead and make a bet at around 1 p.m. Central Time. All right, guys, need some help from you guys out there. What about the NHL? Remember we were talking about yesterday the Golden Knights up against the Sabres? And it looked like a sweet spot to take the Golden Knights, but we were put off by the amount of injuries. That was a good layoff. They lost that game to the Buffalo Sabres. So collectively, we came together and we held off on that one. I got another one here to propose at you guys. We've got the Jets taking on the Senators. Jets should get it done at home. A much better record than the Senators. A much better goal differential than the Senators. And then I think you parlay them with the Kings over the Ducks. We know the Ducks, they allow the most shots in the NHL. The Kings are top of the standings. But again, I don't know injuries. So while we kind of talk about the NBA, you guys let me know. I'm seeing, obviously, guys I don't know. Appleton, Schmidt, Stanley, Wheeler, a guy I can't pronounce his name. A lot of guys out for the Jets, which puts me off a little bit by the Senators. Because on the surface, looks just like that Golden Knights of, the Golden Knights should win at home against the Sabres. But we were put off, again, by injuries. Let me know, guys. Otherwise, it's a Jets-Kings moneyline parlay, to be quite honest. Jets-Kings moneyline parlay, and it comes in at good plus money. So I wanted to throw that out earlier in the show to give you guys a chance to comment. If you're not put off by these injuries, then I'll ride with you guys. I don't know anything, but so just let me know, because on the surface, it looks like a good parlay. Let's talk about the NBA, though, and then we'll hop on into the comment section. I've got a bet. It's a 2-unit bet. This game opened at 225. We are clearly betting against the public on this one because I got it at over 220. Yeah, the public is hammering the under and have brought it down from 225. They've brought it to 220 where it is currently right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the over, and I'm going to go ahead and do it for 2 units because I've got the game scored at 234. I've got the Knicks winning the game by 4. I know you guys will say, well, Curry's not there and Wiggins is not there. It shouldn't help or shouldn't hurt the points. You've been still seeing the Warriors put up points without Curry and without the Wiggins. So I'm really not too concerned. Odds Trader app, they have this game projected at 231, so a tick lower than me, but still a hell of a lot of breathing room above 220.5. So I love this over. I love it enough. I went ahead and put 2 units on it. So go ahead and give me over 220.5, minus 110, 2-unit play. Again, I've got the game scored at 234. I've got the Knicks winning 119 to 115. For Heat and Bulls, I got the Bulls winning the game by 1 with a total of 223. Sportsbooks had that one bang on. This one, maybe you could take a stab at the Nuggets against the spread. The Nuggets are getting points, and I've got the Nuggets winning the game by 6. I've got it 118 to 112. So, of course, that's a total of 230. But then, just like yesterday, how we were put off on some NBA bets due to injuries, well, we got Nikola Jokic is a game-time decision, and Jamal Murray is a game-time decision. Well, I am not betting the Nuggets at home without Jokic and without Murray. It's not getting my money. But I've got them winning the game. You're catching points now. If you get word that Jokic and Murray are playing, okay, I'll probably go ahead and take the Nuggets in plus points, or may do the Nuggets on the money line. But my guess is if you wait and get that news, they're probably going to be at minus, like laying points, -2 or -2.5, kind of getting closer to my projection of them winning the game by 6. So could be one of those scenarios of if you decide to wait, then maybe you have to pass on it altogether. But those are the games I've got in the NBA, and obviously I don't handicap ones where teams are on the back end of a back-to-back. I've been betting the NBA long enough and got my ass handed to me by teams on the back end of a back-to-back having really questionable roster decisions, we'll say the least. So I just don't even handicap those bets. So, all right, again, I got 223 in Heat and Bulls, 234 in Knicks and Warriors, and 230 there in Grizzlies Nuggets. All right, let's hop in this comment section, see what you guys are talking about on this great Tuesday morning that we're having here. Yeah. Last show of 2022, just last show of 2022, not the last show. Just the last show of 2022. Family's hopping on a flight. We're going to be heading to Denver for the holidays. I think we get back like the 28th, I think. But, kids are still out of school. I'll be getting my ass kicked all day by a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And just won't be able to put the show together until until the kids get back into school. And I agree, Professor. It had been a long time since we heard from our man, but he chimed in this morning. You guys are always there. The support you guys show, and I plan on cheering you guys here in a little bit, a little holiday cheer. Just the support you guys is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So, yeah, I'm with Professor. It's great to see you again, my man. Great to see you. He's been busy with work. Yeah, I hear that, man. Yep, cups are always difficult to predict. I agree, Professor, after a long break. So I'm interested in betting the EFL Cup games, but I'm not interested in getting my ass kicked by, rosters that are not what you get. So that's why we wait. The World Cup has you interested in watching the soccer league. Great. Let me tell you a couple things on that. A, watch the Premier League, best league out there. Obviously, you'll dabble also in the Champions League, second best league out there. But I do a contest here on this YouTube channel on the NBC Sports Predictor app. So if you've gotten into soccer, if you're not in the NBC Sports Predictor app, I give away $25 every week to whoever can score the most points. On that app, they do a Premier League contest where you have to predict the score of 6 soccer games every week. Whoever gets the most points, I give away $25. I'm going to be uploading a video this afternoon with the contest that starts this weekend where you can get that video information. So, yeah, sounds like you're new to soccer. Come join that league. Take my $25. Talk some shit in the group. You're competing against all your fellow Winning Bet supporters, and let's do it. Yeah, I love soccer. He has been missing out. Obviously, I love soccer. And didn't mind it coming in winter. I know people were down on the World Cup leading up to the World Cup, but I think once it came and it showed the quality of football, everybody loved that. Everybody loved that World Cup. Wheeler's a big player for the Jets. Okay, good. Love that. Love that. Is he one of the guys that's out? No, he's one of the guys. Yeah, he's one of the guys that's out, not questionable. So, okay. Well, we'll hear whatever other people have to say, but maybe that's enough to go ahead and put me off of it. Any NBA games you think might go back and forth tonight? FanDuel lets you pick team A or B or neither to lead after every quarter. Oh, so you're trying to predict a team, yeah, that can go back and forth, is rather a team that just wins. Well, I don't know. Do I have anything close? I've got Heat Bulls. I've only got the Bulls winning the game by 1 point. The spread is 5.5. Bulls are getting 5.5. I'm not sure I quite understand that. Then when you go look up injuries for that game, you've got Jimmy Butler questionable. You've got Kyle Lowry questionable. I mean, those are 2 of their 3 big players outside of what's his face, that center, Adebayo. So if that's a game that could go back and forth, I've only got a 1 point spread there. So I think Heat Bulls goes back and forth. Grizzlies Nuggets, if you get Jokic and if you get Murray, maybe the Nuggets can go wire to wire. I don't know. Interesting prop there, Cole. I've never seen that prop. Interesting one. I don't know. I guess I would just say Heat Bulls based on my projections. Again, a 1 point game. Butler's questionable, though, and Lowry's questionable, according to thing. The Joker will play. Okay, well, if the Joker plays, you're getting Nuggets plus points. I got the Nuggets winning by 6. This is a Grizzlies team that doesn't perform like they do at home. That could be a nice play. I have to keep my eyes on that. Jazz on the halftime money line. Yeah, I know I didn't handicap that game because the Jazz played last night. Taking on the Pistons. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Pistons are god-awful. Bulls halftime, Heat full-time. I mean, can't disagree with that. Again, I got the game a 1 point spread, so basically a pick 'em. I'd like to know if Jimmy Butler or Lowry's playing, though, before I probably bet that game. I'd like to know that. Did you say over in Knicks? Yep, over 220.5. Over 220.5. 2-unit play for me. I got the game scored at 234. So plenty of breather room. Admittedly, since you joined late, I'll let you know we are betting against the public here. They've driven the opening number of 225 down. You guys know me. Doesn't scare me. I trust the work I do, so I don't really care. It's going to be cold as, yes, we will be there. I think we land at like 8 in the morning. We got a very early flight tomorrow morning. I've looked at the weather. Yeah, it looks it looks cold. I think you've said it accurately. Cold as yeah, it's going to be cold. Next World Cup will be crazy. I'll be at that next World Cup. It's going to be in Mexico, Canada, and the United States. As somebody who went to the 2024 World Cup, I get, what do they call it? Not special treatment. I'm slipping on the word. But anyways, if you're a repeat customer, you get preference on which city you want to go to. So I plan on picking either like Montreal, thinking about going to Canada and doing Montreal, or thinking about doing Mexico City and just going down to Mexico. But either way, I'll be at the next World Cup. I'll be at it for sure. Will I be going? Oh, yeah, I'd be seeing the Weiss family. We're only there for like 5 days. No, probably not. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, it's gonna be a great World Cup. It's gonna be a great one. So, all right, that's it. We only had one person chime in on the NHL. Does that mean we're staying away, fellas? We had Romeo chimed in and said Wheeler is a pretty big player. So is that enough to put us off on this Jets Kings parlay? Should we just lay off? We laid off last night. It was a great layoff. So if the word is lay off, then I'm fine with that. U.S. will win the World Cup. Yeah, I still think U.S. is a bit off of these European teams, and well, at least Argentina won't be as good because Messi will. You think he's going to retire from international football within the next 4 years? You would think, although he did come out and say he's not retiring, so that could just be talk, right after a big tournament, and then maybe he changes that. But I still think the United States is a tick off of these European nations. But you saw it with Adams, you saw it with Aronson, you saw it with McKinney. They've got a strong midfield, so we'll see. Team is young and strong, that is for sure. So, all right, fellas, it doesn't look like we're going to go ahead and get in this hockey parlay. I just need somebody to tell me if these dudes are playing. Like I said, we do got one guy saying Wheeler's a big deal from Romeo, so I just don't know. Over 1.5 goals in all the games. That's an interesting one right there. You're doing a parlay. You're going to parlay every single game today. What is that? Like going to be a 6-leg parlay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-leg parlay. You're doing over 1.5 goals in all the games. All right. Interesting one right there. Interesting. All right, fellas. Well, as I said a little bit earlier, one of the greatest things about my day, each and every day, is getting to hang out with you guys. So, again, I did want to do a little holiday cheer. It's a little eggnog. By the way, homemade eggnog. If you haven't made this, go look up a recipe. I think this is the one I do with Alton Brown. He's got a fantastic recipe. He's got some brandy. It's obviously got some rum up in here. Get some egg in here, obviously. And then you put it in the back of your fridge at minimum 6 months. You just kind of let it ferment, and it comes out to be a very, very delicious treat. So if you like eggnog, I know it's creamy and it's a little heavy on the tummy, but if you like it, I think it's well worth making it. So again, guys, thank you guys for making my morning, each and every morning, fun. I put in, obviously, the time to do the research, and then getting to hang out with you guys and hanging out and interacting. It makes all the work that much worth it. So appreciate it. Happy holidays. However you're celebrating, friends, family, over the next couple of weeks, go have some goddamn fun. Make some money. I'll, of course, keep firing bets out over on Twitter. And then we'll rejoin ourselves in the new year. January 3rd is when we'll look to come back. January 3rd. So cheers, fellas. Cheers. Oh, I make my eggnog strong. I make my eggnog strong. Oh, I thought you were doing all the games over 1.5. Sorry. I thought you were saying just bet them all. Well, tell me which one's the bet. I don't know hockey. You guys tell me. You guys know how I've said it. There's guys that drop comments on here, or whether it's on the replay, and I tell y'all's picks. So tell me which games we're doing an over 1.5 hockey parlay, and I'll ride with you. Bringing us free picks every day. Oh, yeah. Cheers, man. Yeah, trust me, I'm trying to have you guys make money along with me. So thank you, Cole. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Brian. And cheers. Cheers, Romeo. All right, fellas, that's how we're doing it. Again, look for me around Twitter, 1 p.m. Central Time. 1 p.m. Central Time, we'll have lineups. And, by all means, we're not going to try and force a play, but if there's one here in these EFL Cup games, I bet there is. I bet there's a sneaky both teams to score and over 2.5, or maybe you do an over 1.5 on a couple of games. I do think there's an opportunity here. I have no idea what you're trying to say, Tim. If you had too much of the eggnog, Tim, too much of the eggnog there, Tim. Not sure what's going on there, man. So, all right, fellas, happy holidays. Enjoy it. I'll miss you guys like crazy over the next couple of weeks, but we'll come on back in the new year. We'll pick up right where we left off. 2 straight years of being in the public's eye, I guess, in terms of giving out picks. Been betting, obviously, for a couple of decades, but in terms of doing it publicly, 2021 plus 129 units, and so far this year plus 125 units. So we've been kicking ass for the last 2 years together. We look to come right back in 2023 and pick up where we left off of keep on kicking ass. So again, happy holidays. Cheers. We'll see you guys in the new year. Happy holidays.